Welcome back to Trenton State Titans Dynasty here on College Football 25. We are 1-0 and ranked number 6 in the nation, hosting the number 2 team. Sorry for no uploads in a week. I was traveling all around. I was in Texas, to Chicago for a wedding, back to Texas for 2 days, did the live stream with Matt Leinart, if you saw that on Twitch, link down below as always. Then I went to Nashville, and then on Sunday I went to New Jersey, then to New York, watched the Yankees in the World Series. That didn't go the way I wanted it to. And then back to Houston, and now I'm, sick. So, trying to fight through it. If you hear the voice, it's not in the greatest condition. But I've updated the way we're recruiting some of these guys a little bit. Most of it is the exact same to where you saw in the last episode. However, I've taken points off Levi Triplett. I think we're going to focus on the one quarterback, Oliver Scherf. We know he's a gem. He's 6'5", with 93 speed, 96 throw power, very good accuracy. But I've left 40 hours available, and we're going to get Shaquille Tolzien on campus, right? So we've got him on campus, week 4 against Louisville. They're a lower-tier opponent. We don't get a huge boost for winning, but we do get a boost, and we can also sell Coach Prestige. The reason that I think it's really important we get him on campus is because I don't really know how easily we're going to be able to actually hard sell him. Athletic facilities, he really likes. That's a D. In order to get something else up, we would have to take off points in order to sway. I'm not sure that's necessarily going to be worth it. It's something that maybe we could consider. Right now, we have a little bit of a lead on Tennessee. Maybe this would be the week to sway. We don't know what his other interest is, though, is the problem. We know Coach Prestige. We know things that it could be. I wonder if there's only one possibility. Let's check. So it could be Conference Prestige, which would work out quite well for us, but we wouldn't really be able to sway there because really with sway, you're looking for 2 good things and you're trying to change the bad thing. So the fact that he already has D athletic facilities, that really does nothing for us. It can't be that. It could be this, though. However, academic prestige is also bad. That's where we would use a sway if proximity to home is what he prefers. So that doesn't really work for us. So there's not really necessarily going to be a thing that works with the sway, in my opinion. So it's going to be continuing to send the house. Of course, they made the update to where you get more of a penalty if you choose something that doesn't match up well. Now, we're going to end up hard selling anyway, but not until we figure out for sure what that third motivation is. But Shaq Tolzien will be on campus. He's a 4-star, but he's a really, really good 4-star, and it's going to be a tough recruitment against Tennessee. We, of course, played them in the college football playoff. There's some beef there, but this would be really big for recruiting if we're able to knock off the number 2 Nittany Lions. The last time we played a team rated in the 90s, of course, was Tennessee. It did not go very well. We need this game to go a whole lot better. Here we go. Clay Ivy back to return. Biggest game of the year, obviously. I mean, last week was basically not even a game. We played an FCS school. Of course, still had the glitch where we could not change our scheduling. That apparently has been fixed now. I don't know if it actually fixes in dynasties that already exist. I think that's kind of what the issue was, but maybe it does. Maybe it'll work for next season. And we were forced to play truly an inferior opponent, and we murdered them. 94-0, maybe. Going to be a lot tougher against Penn State. But Joey Boozer had a great week last week on only a few carries and is picking up right where he left off. A gain of nearly 30 to kick things off here in Trenton, Florida against the number 2 team in the nation. 4 attempts for 106 and 2 touchdowns, and then just hit the bench. Didn't really want to risk injury. He is fully healthy, ready to go for this game, and we will need him. He didn't really play too much of an impact last year, but this year I expect a much bigger impact. There goes Emmett Lemons. Lemons with a nice gain. Penn State's defense is not coming out hot. More Joey Boozer. Because win or lose, we booze. Get to the outside, back to the inside. Boozer with a nice gain. You know, we're going to have to adjust our expectations after the craziness of last week. because, we're playing a much, much, much better team. Going to be tough to just, go for 40 yards a pop, but the offense looks pretty amazing right now, as Russ Cleveland will get a carry, and he doesn't really need to do a whole lot for us. Pick up a couple yards when Boozer's to sideline for a moment, although he's already back in the game. Could take a play-action shot here to the end zone. Looking at Zach Poole splitting the safeties, maybe. Now we're going to check down Joey Boozer wide open. Joey Boozer with another first. It looks like the offense is going to run under Joey Boozer today, which is not the worst thing as we try to throw it to Branham. RPO there. Did not want to hand that football off. Just made that decision a little bit too late. Now it's 2nd and 11. Will play action actually bait them? The linebackers do crash down. Branham's wide open, but the throw's behind him. We don't get a block from Poole, but Branham stretches and picks up the first. 1st and goal, Poole in motion. He'll get the touch pass. Good blocks, and Poole will walk in. Untouched. Touchdown, Zach Poole. It is a pool party already here. And the Nittany Lions are afraid of the water. Something's going on. Zach Poole touchdown. We'll take that, man. That was a really, really good drive. I mean, sometimes we have great drives where we have a bad play or two, but the only negative play, or really the only play that went for like fewer than 8 yards, was the weird RPO where we wanted to get it to Branham and couldn't quite get it to him in time. Other than that, I mean, dominant stuff. 8 plays, 82 yards. Ate up a decent chunk of the first quarter as well. I mean, it just does not get a whole lot easier than that. Now, of course, against, an FCS school, we had a number of one-play touchdowns or really, really instant scoring drives. Didn't see that in this game to start, but, I'm super thrilled with that first drive. Our defense needs to come out. This might be the weak point of the team. So we'll see what these guys are capable of. Mitch Dora, it popped up his attributes there, has taken such strides in coverage that probably will start using Morgan Merriman basically 100% of the time and just let Dora do his own thing unless it's man coverage. So, really excited about that as well. Here's 1st and 10. Actually play action, and that's going to be wide open. Alani Allen turned around. It is a big gain for the tight end, Luke Reynolds. Looking a lot like Tyler Warren there. Good Penn State tight end in real life. I think he might wear 85. I can't quite remember, but certainly looks to be quite the same size, I would say. Tyler Warren is huge, like 6'5", 6'6", 250, 260. Check down. Nice hit from Morgan Merriman, but a good gain for the Nittany Lions. Their quarterback is Conrad McCallum. Quite a name there. 2nd and 5 from the eye. See if Penn State finally runs the ball. They don't. More play action. We got to bring them down. There it is. Thank you. Too much time for Conrad to throw, and he actually might be hurt. He might be checking out of the game. He was hit hard, sandwiched by a few Titans. We'll take another look. It's the sophomore linebacker, DJ Grimes. He played a bit last year. He's got incredible speed. Of course, you saw also Ciante Crick in there. And that was the first career sack for DJ Grimes. Conrad will stay in the game at quarterback, McCallum. And we'll see if we can play good enough coverage. He's going to get sacked again. We got to turn up the heat. Rich Tobias that time. I think we'll drive Penn State out of field goal range. What appears to be a high 90s overall left tackle, Javen Williams. Looked to be in a rough spot there against Rich Tobias. And our offense will step back out on the field. Joey Boozer. All right, he took a big hit there. Oh my goodness. -7 speed, -5 break tackle, -10 change of direction. Russ Cleveland will step into the game. That is not what we want to see here early. Our star running back playing banged up. There's Alex Higdon. Nowhere to go. And on 3rd down, I kind of would prefer to have Joey Boozer on the field. We won't snap the ball. See if he wants to come back out here. Shouldn't be truly injured, just a bit banged up. Maybe with a short rest can work his way back out onto the field. -19 rushing yards, of course. In college football, quarterback sacks count as rushing yards, so that's where that's going. They really have decided not to run the ball very much at all. And on 3rd and 7, Russ Cleveland will stay on the field. This could be a quick check down to Branham. I don't want to get picked off by the boundary corner playing press on Higdon if they're in zone coverage. So we'll see what happens here. We don't want to force anything, but Branham is open, and that's where the football goes. And another Trenton State first down. The Booze Cruise is back. Joey Boozer, and he is swallowed up. Loss of 3. Welcome back to the game, Joey Boozer. Where was our interior offensive line there? No one blocked him. No one blocked him. Okay. 2nd and 13. That's a fumble! Thankfully recovered by Trenton State. I mean, chaos is ensuing on this drive. We need to take a second look at that. We're going to be living in replay mode now. Didn't really see anybody open. Branham really confused me because I don't know what he's doing. I thought it was an option route, but I thought it was like a sit down or a drag. And he did completely the wrong thing. Went the other way towards Zach Poole. Basically made it so we couldn't throw to anybody. Tried to step up and scramble through. Wasn't really a space to go. And then tried to just throw it to the sideline. But contact was made, I guess, before the arm was coming forward. We catch a big break. We're not really expecting to pick up this 3rd and 21. But, you know, the difference between punting it and Penn State getting the ball on the 15-yard line, I would say is fairly significant. Try to stretch the field, maybe check down. Air it out. I mean, arm punt, worst case scenario. Boozer on the sideline makes the catch. Oh my goodness, throw up a prayer and it was answered. Henry Streeter to his non-throwing side. Lobs it up under pressure. Cutting the field in half. Joey Boozer got that left foot down. Maybe even got 2 feet down. Certainly dragged. And he is on fire. Let's reward him with a touch. And the defensive tackle, Liam Andrews, is not being blocked. It might be time to pull Clay Villain from the game at center. I mean, he looks truly horrendous to start. The awareness is non-existent. And we are being severely pressured. How about a screen? We used the aggressiveness of Andrews against him. He was nearly into the backfield. We bought some time. And then, of course, just got it down to Joey Boozer. Big gain for the offense. 1st and 10 into the green zone now. Get that out. Good route from Poole. Zach Poole, first down. Nice catch on the sideline. And we might try to get him the football again. Penn State in the deep end. Zach Poole. Poole party. Yes. Touchdown number 2 for Zach Poole. Gotta love it. Oh, he says it's over already? I mean, that's just pretty electric speed. Zach Poole starting to find it here in this drive with a couple of catches. Of course, the touch pass a lot easier than the one on the sideline, but great route to even set this thing up. We reward him with a touchdown. We go up 14. 2 scores on the number 2 team in the nation. What a start for the Titans here in Trenton. Taking a shot down the field. Alani Allen out of position. And that is caught. I want to amend that. I noticed that instantly. That was not Alani Allen. That was Willie Allen. A new starter at corner. I mean, on paper, he looks pretty good. Some of the best speed on the team at 90, 99 change of direction. But what stands out the most about Willie Allen, other than being out of position there, 99 change of direction and jumping. But every corner has 99 jumping, so that's kind of insane. But 90-man, 93 zone, 80 press. Now, we have some corners who are very good in man coverage, can't really press that much, so makes it a little bit worse. Berlin, of course, doesn't have the speed. You know, Zaire Nagy might work out onto the field a little bit more this season. But I like that our 2 starting outside corners can press. I really do. But didn't really see it on full display that time from Willie Allen. Check down. This tight end could be a problem. I don't think McKillop at quarterback is going to be somebody that, you know, is going to light the world on fire at QB, but he's someone I think can put them in a position to win. But there's Alani Allen, and that's intercepted. maybe not put them in a position to win. Turning the football over is McKillop. Alani Allen. I said his name accidentally when Willie Allen made a mistake, but now it's Alani Allen making up for Willie's mistake with a big interception and putting us in prime position to upset the number 2 team in the nation. I mean, we're no joke. We were the number 2 team in the, or I think number 6 team in the nation at our highest last year, right? Or something close to it. We were a college football playoff team. And, you know, now we only got better and are looking to have a tremendous season. And that is a very, very good start. We can knock off number 2 Penn State. I will say, it feels very easy right now. It's Heisman difficulty. We might have to mess with these sliders to make this more of a challenge here. I know we got murdered by Tennessee, and this is just one home game, and Penn State's not proven to be much of a challenge at this point. Okay, we can't do that. Part of the reason we're up 14-0 is we really have not made many mistakes. We need to continue that. Now, we did get kind of lucky with a big bomb down the field to Boozer earlier. We can't really rely on luck. We have to play better football, and it really hasn't happened the last 2 drives. We got a little bit lucky last drive. This one was a disaster. Screen! Get over there. Read it. Dora, big hit. That is the 2-minute timeout. They've changed it. It's no longer the 2-minute warning in the game. That is the 2-minute timeout. There's a check down. Dora, get over there. It's a good tackle in space. No gain for Penn State. It's 3rd down and 5. It's a very, very big play. I think we try and go quarterback contain, because he's tried to get outside. Really no success so far, but stays in there, throws a good ball, 1st down. Get out there. Dora out of position. The true freshman, 5-star free safety, the number 1 recruit in the nation, Byron Willingham, is there to save the touchdown. Dora, I thought, was in tremendous position, but just didn't get a hand up. Under a minute to play here in this first half. Just keep Penn State out of the end zone. Because right now, we have a 2-possession lead. It feels like we're on top of the world. If they score a touchdown here, and then get the ball back, but they won't. It's another pick. Here's Willie Allen. This is a huge swing. 14-point swing. Willie Allen, coast to coast, pick 6. Penn State goes from scoring 7 to allowing 7, and instead of being down 7, they're down 21 going into the half. McKillop is McKilling Penn State. I reverse jinxed him, or I jinxed him, and it's working in our benefit. Both Allens now with an interception. This one goes the distance. Willie Allen, I didn't know if he would have enough speed to finish that. That is a beauty. Pick 6, 21-0. And Penn State not even trying to do anything before the half here. They're conceding the first half, down 21. Just got to wrap up there, and it is over. All right. Dominant first half. I mean, it really doesn't get much better than that. That's against the number 2 team in the nation. They're a 90 overall team. We're making them look like they're an 80 overall team. This video is sponsored by Underdog, the best place to play daily fantasy sports. I tweeted this out. We had a pretty good night. It could have been even better, but went for the touchdowns. CJ Stroud, lower completions. One big on this. One big on number 2. Unfortunately, missed out on number 3 by 1. Braylon Allen just didn't get 2 more attempts, unfortunately, even in a Jets win. But I feel pretty good about this weekend's games. Underdog has daily specials when you use code BENGAL. Link down in the description to Underdog. Use code BENGAL. You'll get daily specials. You'll get different multipliers you can add on to entries to make even more money if you get everything correct. Got K-Dot and Travis Kelce, Joe Flacco, Josh Downs, and Jared Goff. Of course, look at these individual numbers and what we're taking. And also, I like Kyren Williams. I know higher 20.5 rushing attempts seems crazy, but it looks to be a pretty good matchup for him against Seattle. Got Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard as well. And then I really like this matchup. David Njoku, when Jameis Winston's at quarterback, is the best tight end on the planet. He scores touchdowns. He gets fed the football. Look at David Njoku. Maybe even look at Elijah Moore as well. But Bijan and especially James Cook have really, really good matchups. I might mix and match some of these to try and maximize what we can make here. So use code BENGAL. Link down in the description. Underdog. Thank you for sponsoring this video. Now, this is what I was talking about. If Penn State were able to score a touchdown before the end of the first half, they get the football to start the third quarter, and suddenly it could have been 14-14. It is very much not at the moment. That 14-point swing really could be enough to end the entire game. Get Jake Keenan rushing after the QB. Bring Morgan Merriman up. They actually do run the ball here. Something they have not done very much at all today. And maybe for good reason, their running back getting up slowly. That might have been his first attempt. Trying to establish the run, down 21 in the third quarter. Maybe not the best move for Penn State to get back in this football game, but I'm not complaining. They'll run the ball again. Shameik Jones is there. It's only a gain of 1. Over the middle, Morgan Merriman says no. Pass falls incomplete. Big knockdown, and Penn State will have no choice but to punt the ball. Greg Austin into the game, 4-star free safety from Texas, I believe. He was a nice get for us, but I'm not sure he'll ever be a starter. When we recruited him, we didn't know we were going to get the #1 overall recruit in the nation in 5-star free safety Byron Willingham the next year, who was just good enough to pretty much start right away, which is what he's doing. As Streeter is trying to buy time, we lose 13. The closing speed from Malachi Williams was absurd. And that's just one of those spots we cannot run backwards looking to buy time. We can't go the wrong way. That's not good. That is not where we want to go with the ball. Zach Poole goes up and gets it, though, and there's a flag. This might even be defensive pass interference. It will be. All right. So that's free. We'll take the free first down on the 41. We lose 4 yards of the process, but of course we get a free first down. So, I mean, that is a no-brainer there. Try another screen. They're all over it. That's the problem with screens against speed is, you know, our offensive line obviously lets those guys through. Kind of the whole point. But they have such incredible closing speed that we're not able to do anything. We just don't have the time. 2nd and 6. I thought we could take a shot to the end zone there. No, it's a throw at a sack. And this one could go the distance. Boozer trying to chase him down. Will he have a play? He won't. Tavares Brown, pick 6. If we just had a second more in the pocket, man, obviously a second. We had half a second more in the pocket. We have a deep shot one-on-one for Lemons, but the pressure got there, and the throw, of course, doesn't even come within 30 yards of Emmett Lemons. Right to a Nittany Lion defender, and that is a big pick 6 for Tavares Brown. And hopefully not something that gets Penn State back in this game. We got to settle in. We need more Joey Boozer. Little cut back there. Very interesting way to get 4 yards. We'll take it. Hasn't really done a whole lot after that first drive. Streeter's actually ice cold right now. Why? He's played a very good game, just one mistake, and he's completely done for. We'll get a couple completions on this drive to get him back in the zone. A little bit more confidence, but in order to do that, we have to pick up the first down. And we will. Boozer gets just enough. Only averaging 4.7 yards per carry. Not terrible, right? Against the #2 team in the nation, no less, but we need him to be that home run threat. Well, he's out of the game now. Jamal Moses and Russ Cleveland into the game. We'll work off play action under pressure. And sacked again. Sprinting back. Trying to make too much happen. I mean, but would have been 3rd and 16 compared to 3rd and 19. And we'll pretty much need a miracle to make it happen. We get it to Zach Poole. Work back to the ball. Why are you lunging away from it? Nearly made something happen there. Instead, we're going to punt. We cannot blow a 21-point lead to Penn State. Our defense has played great. They just got to keep it up. It's not what we want. Can't whiff. There is still enough time, but the clock is on our side. We got to know that. I would say we can't just give Penn State whatever they want underneath, but we absolutely cannot be over-aggressive and get burned down the field. It's going to be more wrapping up than going for big hits here. A turnover would be huge. We'll take a throwaway. 3rd and 9. Very big play in the game. And that is a check down. Good tackle there from Quinnen Ford, the transfer. I haven't really talked about him very much, and that will force a Penn State punt. And they actually do snap it before the end of the 3rd quarter to save a couple of seconds there, I suppose, into the 4th. But definitely not what you want to do in that spot. And I would tell you, I think in that situation, you might consider going for it. Down by 2 possessions going into the 4th quarter, you give us the ball back to really kill clock. You could be, signing your own death certificate in a way, right? But it's their funeral. We can kill this clock, get points. We're going to be in a great spot. Joey Boozer now high risk of injury. We got to get him out of the game. Get Russ Cleveland in here. Give him a run or two. We could call this 4-down territory as well because we're playing to end this game. Still plenty of time left. Good blocks, though. Russ Cleveland, 1st down. Don't even need to worry about 4-down territory in that spot. Getting Matt Sims a carry here in this spot is diabolical. We bring our big tight end into the backfield. Senior tight end from Maine gets a rare carry. Probably the first one of his entire career. And it's 3rd down and 6. Very interesting group of players in the game. A lot of tight ends. See if we can move the chains on 3rd and 6, working off play action. Throwing behind Basher, who makes the catch. But I fear this one's coming back. An eligible man downfield, so. All right. I think that's enough of a break, though, for Boozer. Unfortunately, that did stop the clock. 3rd and 11. Let's buy a little bit of time. Pool down the field. It's knocked away. We're really ever going just for one guy in that play. And so we'll punt. But we're in a great spot to really pin Penn State. Don't want to be over-aggressive with this and kick this into the end zone. So I don't care if this goes to the 1, but it absolutely cannot go into the end zone. That is the one thing. And we'll take that. It's a decent punt. Penn State starts on the 8. Got a lot of field to go. Down by 2 possessions. Inside 4 minutes. Just keep them in front of you. It's the only thing you need to do. We'll pretty much be sticking in Tampa 2, I would say, probably for the rest of the game. We shall see. And that's going to be game over. Ciante Crick gets to McKillop, who has again McKilled Penn State's chances. 23-7. They will be forced to punt the ball back. And Ciante Crick, we kicked him over from defensive tackle to defensive end in some packages, some formations. And he's making plays from that spot, really both spots as well. D tackle and D end. And we're in a position to put this game away. What a performance over the number 2 team in the nation. And you can make a pretty legitimate argument that we should be the number 1 team in the nation after a game like this. Boozer is feeling real slow. He's got to go. Let's get the freshman Jamal Moses some touches. True freshman power back. We will see what he can do. He's got some really good abilities, and a lot of them. And we're just going to say, hey, put your head down, bulldoze through whoever's in the way. Lead us to victory. Why is Joey Boozer back on the field, dude? Get out of here. I just subbed him out. I don't know how he found his way back out onto the field. He's not in anywhere. Get out of the way, brother. There's going to be a hold probably, too. Carry Exum, dude. Stops the clock. I mean, it's probably going to be too much. They probably should have declined that, in fact. Because now we have more plays to chew clock. I think it was probably a mistake to decline that. Or to accept it, I should say. Moses with a little bit of space and some power. Jamal Moses, big hit, stays in bounds and forces Penn State to call their first timeout. 3rd and 3. And that is a big first down for Jamal Moses. Why did they accept that penalty? Such a mistake. Such a mistake. Russ Cleveland, that could have been really nice with a couple of jump cuts there. 2nd and inches, more Jamal Moses. One-on-one with a safety, you're not going to back him up. The fact that they get an extra timeout because of an injury is insane. Jamal Moses to the outside, just stay in bounds here. Big truck from Jamal Moses. And that will set up victory formation. Streeter, final kneel down. They kicked the ball away. That looked like, I think, Malachi Moore against Vandy, right? When Alabama lost. I think it was against Vandy. He just kicked the ball away. Willie Allen is your player of the game with a pick 6. All right. It's a really weird game. Penn State, honestly, did not put up too much of a fight. And, of course, it makes sense with Joey Boozer, but we were on cruise control in this one. It makes sense with the Booze cruise control, but we just came out and truly dominated the number 2 team in the nation, making them look like they were not anything. In terms of total offense, like, we weren't anything crazy above them. I know it looks like 100 yards, but, you know, that final drive really made that look a lot different than it was. And then, I mean, yards per pass, they averaged nearly 10 yards a pass. They passed for a lot more yards than we had, or, you know, maybe not a lot, but a few. I don't know. It's definitely a weird game. Reader 12 of 18 for 152, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Of course, their touchdown came off of an interception. Super bizarre. Boozer goes 16 for 74, no touchdowns for him. Moses with a nice game, 2 broken tackles in that one. I mean, he was running hard. We might need to unlock that arm bar. If you got silver arm bar already, be going through people. Joey Boozer actually led us in receiving, 3 for 72. Weird stat line. Poole with a pair of touchdowns in bizarre fashion. Our offense really didn't have to do much. A lot of short fields, defensive touchdown. Defense played really well. I mean, Deontay Crick was awesome. Said he had 2 sacks today. I think half sacks are kind of dumb, but all right. Picks for Willie and Alani Allen. No forced fumbles in this one, but just an awesome performance. Crick with a safety. Touchdown for Willie Allen. What a game. Pretty big victory there, obviously, over the number 2 Nittany Lions. One of the biggest wins in program history, really. So Penn State will be dropping here. They're 1-1 now. We have Florida State at number 11 Tennessee, which could easily be a Tennessee victory. We've seen them. I don't know. I would say it'd be hard to push Clemson up on a bye. Penn State's dropping. A&M's only playing unranked Arizona State. Virginia's on a bye. Could we jump up to number 1 with this win? It's a legitimate possibility if, and I would say only if, Tennessee beats FSU. They went from 5-1 last week. Survey says we are number 1. Big move. Have to go on the road against the Utah State Aggies next, but let's check out the top 25. I mean, we knew it was a possibility, and I'll tell you what, FSU dominated number 11 at the time, Tennessee, and they drop. I'm sure they received a lot of points as well, a lot of votes there. 1574, we just edged them out with 1600. It doesn't really matter too much at this point, but that is a really nice victory for us. Do we play FSU this year? We, of course, joined the ACC, but I don't remember if they were on our schedule. I don't know if you play every ACC team now that we're in. Yeah, we don't have them. We have actually a pretty easy ACC schedule. Miami could be tough. UNC actually could be tough. They're pretty good in the game. I wouldn't really be too worried about Virginia Tech at this point. NC State's usually pretty good. But in terms of, the overall that you expect these teams to be, this is not that rough of a schedule, I would say. These recruiting battles are really going to be exactly that, though. They will be battles. The fact that we don't know all about Reed Pfeiffer is kind of annoying at this point. We're trying to get back in against Georgia, Nebraska, FSU. We can't hard sell at this point, though. We don't know what he likes. We know Coach Prestige. We may be able to make an educated guess. So we might go ahead and move these points around, but it's a scary proposition for some of these. TCU trying to make a push on 5-star defensive end Rashawn Dre, like where we are on Duke Mwamba. I mean, we're in a good position with a lot of these recruits we're going after. I think this will end up being a really exciting class for us, as I've been reading that as Hutcherson for the entire cycle. Kind of crazy. A lot of players have locked us out. That's okay. Took points off Ben Whipple. I think we're pretty good at safety for right now. We have 40 hours. We can spread those around. As I said, I mean, like Tennessee, Georgia Tech, Auburn, Alabama, all making big pushes for Shaquille Tolzien. We're maxing out with these points. He does like proximity to home. I think we will end up switching there to go and sell. I guess, I mean, it is 3 of 3, but only 2 of them are good. But the 2 that are good are really good. A-, A+. So we'll just live with 1 grade being a D there. And we'll pretty much change this around for, everybody that we can. And, we'll try to make sure this class is everything we want it to be. Shaquille Tolzien, I would say, is all but guaranteed to be in the class. He'll be on campus next week. Not this next game, but the week after this one. So you might see a doubleheader in the next episode. My voice just can't do it at this point. But he's not going to be committed by next week. But I think that visit in week 4 will pretty much guarantee it. That's the hope. So we're number 1 in the nation. Huge home victory over the number 2 Penn State Nittany Lions. And we're going to be pushing to go undefeated here in 2027, I would say. Obviously, a couple tough teams on the schedule. Miami, I would say, is the one that stands out. They've beaten us before. But we're a bit of a different team. And I think we have what it takes to go all the way this year. If not, we'll be close. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.